Okay, hello, dear friends. Good evening. Such a beautiful, beautiful, and peaceful, quiet night. So, I would like to do some blah blah blah. And recently, I was very busy, and I got some heartfelt comments from friends, and I feel that I should respond, but didn't have time. And today I had some time, and I feel that if I do not, still do not reply, this is just so heartless on my part. And the video footage right now you are seeing accompanying this blah blah blah. This is Salt Lake City, one of the later days on my stay in Salt Lake City. I went to the Capitol, and there was a park and and a hike. So I did some hiking, just not so long hiking, just seeing some of this beautiful foliage, and I would like to share with you while I am doing this blah 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 a couple of days later. Okay, so I got friends talking, mentioning a variety of things, but this one I think I will talk about dealing with trauma. I do not even know how to pronounce it. Anyway, one friend mentioned that she has met with life-threatening, kind of scary experience. I have never experienced something that much, that severe, that serious. So I do not think I have the capacity of understanding that situation. And I cannot understand or feel as deep as what you have felt or what you are feeling. I cannot compare with you. But since you asked, I just share my thoughts. I am lucky that I have not yet been challenged with those situations, and I do not wish I will be challenged. I do not wish. I know being challenged in hardship, in different conditions, is actually a special gift from heaven to make us stronger. But those gifts, we do not voluntarily want them. And there is no way we can prepare ourselves, because imagination is not reality. We can think very good, very strong. We can train ourselves to be strong, to be mentally prepared. But in front of the situation, I think it's a test of our courage, of our moral value, of our morality. And it's very deep. It's not what we think to do and then we can do. No, it's beyond it. It's subconscious. If we are courageous people by nature, and we can deal with it, and we can be strong, because it's part of our nature to be so. And if we are not, we just cannot. I am just lucky that I have not been challenged. I cannot imagine myself being challenged. So with that saying, that, it does not mean that I do not want to try to understand you and share with you. I think what my take on it is that live every day to the fullest and do not live regret. And that is all. That is as much as we can do. And this brings to another question from another friend mentioning about family relationship, close friends relationship. And she mentioned that she felt hurt. Another person could not understand her, and that person is very close to her. And in her opinion, she knew that what she is doing, my friend is doing, is the right thing. And she is doing for the goodness of the other person. But the other person cannot trust her, cannot believe her, and take grudge on her. So this come back to live at the moment. You think other people is wrong. From my point of view, from a third person point of view, from an outsider perspective, both of you are equal. It may be you are wrong, and you think good for other people may not be good for other people. And the other person may think you are wrong. And what she believes is she is doing the right thing. So once you accept that it's okay to hold on to an opinion, once you accept you have the right, you are entitled to your own opinion, you should put your heart on the other side of the balance. You should put yourself on the stand of the other person and think that she has the right to hold on to her own believing, to her believing, to her thought, to her opinion, to her idea. This way, it makes things much less intense. At least it put your original thought of you are 100% right, put into a perspective that you are 50% right, and Shimi has the other 50% of rightness. We cannot control another person. We cannot control another person's thought. And this I am experiencing as I am teaching right now. I put my heart and soul into my teaching. I love teaching. I love it. I cannot tell you. It may not be understandable who is this unsmart people can love teaching? It pays less, it works hard, and it's not understood by other people. But it is true. And there are something that touches me. I heard other people told me, some students said, later when they grown up, she wants to be an art teacher. Oh my, when I hear this, almost crying. Such a humble job as a teacher, and you can let the student regard you as their dream job. It's beyond my understanding. How can I deserve it? How can I make a good example of a successful life? These are the students from the parents graduating from the top schools. Well, I will not go on that. But anyway, whoever you are, whoever the student is, you become a model of their future dream. That just blow my mind. That moment, blow my mind is not a word. That just so deeply touched my heart. And there are some other students mentioned they want to be artists because they are my student in my art class. Anyway, I do love my job, and I put my heart and soul to my class, and I treat my students with respect, and I do not use joking words or never ever use a word that could hurt other students' feeling. I went to some places, I have heard some people say in a different tone. Anyway, even I put so much heart and soul into my teaching, and still it is impossible for the students, not impossible, they do not get it. They do not get it 100%. I feel that I explain things very clear and very detailed, and there is no way you cannot understand, but still there are times they do not understand. So with that said, it only explains one thing. However you try, you cannot inject your thoughts into another person. We can influence other people's life as much as we can. We cannot influence more than we can. And what we can is very much depending on how much they take from us. we can only put ourselves there, how much they absorb us, how much they take us, how much they accept us, how much they respect us, how much they understand us, is their business. We can only take care of our life and be good, be nice, be the person we want to be. So these days I just chat with my son and I heard one story. There was one student in school, and he was just very kind and hold the door for other people. And then my son said, every time I see other people holding the door, I will say thank you. And the people who do not say thank you is just wrong. And whenever there is a chance, if we go out or something, we hold the door. If it is not too long wait, looks so too awkward, of course you do not hold the door when there is nobody and you just look so awkward. Within the convenient range, we hold the door and we smile, and just teeny tiny little kindness, act of kindness, improve our quality of life, because it makes us happy and it uplifts our spirit, and it makes the people around us, surrounding us, also happy. It just to make a better world, better place, right? So do what you can do. Live today to the fullest. Whenever there is a chance to do good, not to do bad. Because doing bad really does not make anybody happy. It hurts other people. And it hurts us, actually. When you do good thing, when you see people smile back at you, it's just feel good and just that simple. Maybe because we are just ordinary person, we do not have the capacity of this much hate and negative feeling. Maybe there must be people who was born with evil spirit and evil thoughts, or whatever reason they have this evil spirit and evil thoughts. But I am talking about the ordinary people like you and I. We are ordinary people. We have happy days, we have sad days, we have stress, we have relaxed time. It's just a mixture of all these feelings. And we want to live a better life. Start from today. Do as much as we can to be good, to be kind. And do not think evil of other people. Do not think bad of other people. Oh, Gugu is here. I should ask your excuse. Give me 1 minute. I will stop the recording and rescue my little Gugu. Okay, I have rescued the little Gugu, and I am a little bit lost because I give Gugu some food and a little bit lost what I was talking about, we can take the opportunity to move on and talk about something new and different, maybe. So, live every day of our life to the fullest and be responsible of today, because that is the only thing you can do. You cannot live in the past. It's already past. You cannot live in the future because it's not yet there. Live this moment right, and that is good enough. And do things to be practical, to be material, and do not think things, do not dream about things that is not realistic, or do not do not just imagine things out of our mind, because what we think is good, what we think can solve problem, may not at the end solve problem. And think about the outcome when doing things. For example, in class, some students just cannot get a concept because he did not listen. He was wandering around and doing other things. What can you do? You punish. And you get a consequence. You give a consequence. What is the consequence? It does not at the end solve problem. And it does not solve problem. So the thing I can do is to explain. Let's do it again. If we need to do one time, we do one more time. If we need to do 2 more times, we do 2 more times. If we need to do the same thing, explain 10 more times, go ahead, explain 10 more times. And maybe because the word from you does not touch the heart, then maybe you can change another angle to attack the same problem. Okay, my recent epiphany or awakening is from helping students or solving one problem. Whichever way I explain, the student just does not get it, and I was, there is no way I can explain better. There is no way I can keep on. I felt. And then I asked another student or some other students to help to explain. And it does take time. But finally, they got it through. And sometimes the language, even if you are a teacher, even if you know you understand everything, to my surprise, the word from their peer seems much more magical, at least at that moment, is more magical than my word. So take the most effective route. Sometimes you work hard, you get result. Sometimes you work hard, you do not get result. When this kind of situation happen, take some time to reflect and open up the mind. Allow new things to happen. Allow new way of solving problem to merge. Find a more effective way. I think this video might be too slow, and I am struggling on the one side with the thought, how I can bring my thought up front with the right reasoning and logic and some kind of philosophy. And I also struggle with the word, how I can find the right word, vocabulary to convey my thought. Anyway, that is my blah 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 on this. I wish you a happy every day, and live in today and be responsible for yourself, and take an easy heart on other people, on other things, and allow other people be other people. Allow everyone, everything to prosper. Allow individuality. Allow uniqueness. And by being different, we are stronger. Bye bye, friends. I love you, I really do. Do.